Okay, so we're here with the latest subject of our four in a row look back here. Terence McShea. He would have been one of the kind of defensive bulwarks of the 81 and the 82 teams. And enjoyed quite considerable success coming up through the ranks. He's also coming from great area heritage in that his forebears were quite literally founder members of the club back in 1909. So, proud years for all concerned, really. So anyway, what we might do is say, like, as we've done, kind of say the other kind of interviews that we've been talked to, and start at the beginning with yourself in terms of play your playing years prior to coming onto the minor scene, like under school and club and under 12 upwards, that kind of way. So
Yeah, well, I suppose I started off at under 12. I remember we're at school one day, and the man that still stands out to me, PJ Ward, asked me would I come up to Arua to play football. That's where we started out at 7, and that was in 76 with Jackie McDermott. And we went on to win that. It was a tight final at the time, but Jackie had strange ways of training people at the time. But I remember one thing was the leapfrogging over Jackie, one thing I could never do, but a lot of other boys could do it.
yeah.
But that was the start of it, and I picked it back, and I nearly played backs nearly the whole way through up to under 21. I remember one under 21 final I played in the forward line.
Yeah.
But that's where I started really in the thing.
So under that's Mary's Latin. So making her introductions. So say that was the under 12s. That was your first taste of success. So basically, from the get go, you were kind of part of teams that were kind of cutting it at the highest level.
Yeah, and we won it. The only one we didn't win was under 14. I don't know why. The team before us, the year before, two lost out in under 14. But we won two under 16s, and then the 4 in a row minors. And we won two under 21s in a row as well.
Yeah. So kind of like we're having a wee look back over the four teams, and kind of there is a fair bit of turnover from team to team. I say, like, there's only about 5 come through from 5 or so come through from 1980 to 1981, where you're kind of nailing down a place in the full black line, like, so. Although kind of area we're kind of up there, as the kingpins of minor football at the time, it wasn't really, totally guaranteed in 1981 that you're going to put 3 together, like, back to back.
No, definitely not. And I know there was a bit of pressure on us because the 2 teams before us were very successful. But we had a great manager now in Teddy Kane, and Josie was very good at the training, and I suppose the motivation they give for us to go for 3 in a row was very good. And
but that's something
it was a very tight game, I remember at the time.
Yeah.
Very low scored. I think it was a Brian Murray goal. I think it was a 45 or a free or something that he scored.
Yeah.
Went in under the bar, and that won it. But all I remember at the time, the pitch that time was very, very heavy, hard slog. The ball was nearly sticking the ground.
Yeah.
Hardly about,
Yeah. So say, like, the 3 in a row thing, like, is that something that maybe Teddy and Josie might have been leveraging at the start of the year whenever you were kind of getting together?
Well, I don't remember now, but I know as the year went on, it was definitely talked about, and they give us that wee bit of motivation to go for 3 in a row, like. But because we'd won under 16 and 2 under 16s, like, we just didn't know anything else, just to win.
Yeah. I suppose, like, it was Donegal Town in that final. It was their second successive final, like, they often say you have to lose one to win one, like, and in this case it didn't work out for them. Say, like, one of the striking things is, like, I know it was a heavy pitch, but, like, there's only 3 points there. I'm guessing you were part of a fairly solid and uncompromising defensive unit there.
Yeah, well, we had a very good backline. Like, you had Natch Collar that time in 81, who was centre half back, and Kieran Tinney was a very good player, and then Porrick McClune was on one side of me, and can't remember who was on the other side. Was it
Conor Boyle.
Conor Boyle was on the other side, is right, yeah. And no, we played very well together, and we had a good coordination with the keeper.
Mm-hmm.
The keeper was in charge, Gary Watts was in charge of everything, and kept us on our toes and everything. So at that time it was a lot of just when you got the ball, you just give it to the first player or free, kick the ball on. Mm-hmm. You stayed in your position. It's not like now it's up the field, across the field, back the field. You know? Mm-hmm. But it was football at the time, like. Mm-hmm. You know, frees were off the ground as well at the time.
So as a trio, you came up through the ranks together, like as a full back line, basically ready made.
Yeah, like I played a lot with Porrick and Kieran Tinney and PJ Ward and Ewan Goddard. That we were nearly always playing together from I got to under 14, under 16.
Yeah.
So we all knew what we could do and what.
So there's almost an element of telepathy there. You know, you always knew where the boy was going to be, like, you know.
Exactly, and everybody looked out for each other that time. You always said, look, get back or whatever, and don't go too far forward. But no, we had a good command.
Yeah.
Together, you know?
Yeah. I suppose looking forward to 1982 and kind of, I suppose, what proved to be the last of that particular golden run of victories. You know, again, there's a lot of turnover in that team, in the squad. Yeah. Year on year, you know, having won it the year previous. Like, what was the thinking at the start of 82 like?
Well, not only Teddy and Josie stayed with us, which was great, and but there was no talk about 4 in a row or anything like that. It was trying to get. We were kind of a new team. There were only 5 or 6 of us came forward from the year before, so it was really building a new team and getting used to playing with that team. And as we got closer to the final, like it was spoke about to go for 4 in a row, but it wasn't really there at the start. It was just trying to win another championship, basically, because it was a new team.
Mm. Did you have any scares along the way to the final?
Off the top of my head now, I can't remember now, but yeah, I don't think we had. I can't remember now to tell you.
Well, say, like, come the final, I suppose, like, as Peter Campbell has, you know, noted in his articles, you know, it was the one final that was won in semi-convincing fashion, you know. Yeah. You know, I suppose that was a nice experience.
The 81 now, and it was very tight the first half. It was very close. And I think we were losing. I think at the start, for the first 10 or 15 minutes, we were losing. And we were wondering what was going on, but I think after about 15-20 minutes we steadied up a wee bit and started to score a few points, and then Teddy and Josie gave us a good tackle at half time, and so we went out a different team in the second half. But it was late on now before we got turned it around to get I think we got 2 or 3 points in a row to try and convincingly win it. But the game was never over to the final whistle, and that's what we just kept going until the final whistle.
Do you remember any of the celebrations like?
Not really, not off the top of my head at the moment, no.
Yeah. Here, so say, like, you actually went on to kind of put a few under-21 medals to the collection as well, like, you know, maybe winning was coming natural at that stage, like, you know.
Yeah, we won two under-21s. I remember John McGee was manager in the second one. I can't remember who the manager was the first one. But it was good. It's basically the same team again, so it was kind of half expected of us, but it was a tough battle, but we came through it.
Yeah. I suppose, like, you know, like when you were talking about this prior to starting the interviews, it's phenomenal. A list of array of honours that you accrued over the period of your underage career, like, you know, and heading into adult.
Yeah, in that short career, like, I know there's a lot of clubs, a lot of players would never have won anything, even get up to senior football, and we've been winning all along. We didn't know any different. And then I'd say that the start of it was all too after getting to De La Salle kept us all together as well. Tom Cullen and John Travers there, they've done mighty work, you know, during the week. And we were allowed to play. We had half days on a Wednesday to play league football, and you know, so you were playing football nearly every day of the week, like. And homework kind of got in the way sometimes, but they done good work to keep us all together.
Yeah. I suppose, you know, the 80s in terms of the economics of things, you know, there's a lot of people who haven't leave the country, I suppose, and you kind of had to leave Ballyshannon yourself, like, you know, so
There lost.
tough decision, like.
Well, I went to Monaghan for a year, and I know that was one of the years we won under 21. And then I went to Dundalk, and I was working over there. I played with Kilkerley Emmets for a while before I came back home again. I played senior football over there. I played against the famous Cross McGlen
Yeah,
manager. What do you call him?
I can know with
The one that
Kiernan.
Kiernan.
Yeah.
He was a big man. I know he wasn't a very big man, but he was a big man at the time. We played in Cross McGlen football field.
Yeah.
And then the helicopter landed in the field and stopped the game and all that kind of crap back then, you know. But I came back then and I played a few senior games then with PJ Buggy. Well, then I played reserve football then for a while with Fonzie Travers. And then I broke the leg in Gweedore in 1991, and that was basically the end of my career.
Yeah. I suppose like maybe it was the end of your playing career, but you did kind of come back to, you know, serve the club in a number of different capacities, and most notably in, you know, the centenary year you were the chairman, and I think also that year you were there on hand to open up Park Area there, you know. So I suppose that kind of brought a great circle of things, you know, from your forebears founding the club back in 1909 to being the chair, like, you know, 100 years later, and you know, it's something really special to reflect on.
Yeah, it was a great honour to be chairman. I didn't think I'd even get near that role, but it was a great honour in 2009 because my great grandfather was there at the founding of the park in 1909 of the club, and my grandfather was there as well, and it was a great honour in 2009 to be there for the opening of the park, like, and there was Trojan work done by Tom Daly and the committee at that time to get Mundus Field done, which is Park Arua, which is a great asset to the club now at the minute. And look, when I was asked to do it, I said I couldn't. There's not that position way above me, but it's a role I'd recommend for anybody. Like that, it is. You get a great team around you. I had a great secretary that time, John McGee.
Yeah.
He done Trojan work for me.
Yeah.
At the time.
Legend. I suppose I know you're not able to make it on Saturday evening. Was there, if you were able to make it, is there anybody particularly looking forward to sharing a few pints with?
Well, I would be looking forward to see Kieran Tilley. I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, he was a fine footballer in his day, and I suppose a lot of the other guys I haven't been in touch with a lot of people over the years. So I'd like to, you know, I would have seen them all, but unfortunately, I'm going to my granddaughter's first birthday next Sunday, so in Kilkenny.
Family's first, always.
Yeah.
Here, Terence, I'd like to thank you for giving me your time, like, and we'll get that pint someday.
Yeah, and I'd just like to wish all the dinner dance all the best on Saturday night, and everybody enjoy themselves. I know there's a few people who passed through the eternal reward, but every day enjoy yourself. And football career is a short career, so any young people coming up, enjoy it while you can.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
That's lovely. Thanks, sir.